flawless.
That was
Sensual.
yeah. Like Pride and Prejudice. Remember that?
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
And
Hand flex.
he's like doing that as he walks away.
Dude, I
Did
saw
you see
that.
Pride and Prejudice?
Oh man,
Really?
it's good.
Is that
good.
after your time or
Before. Welcome to Tablenauts. My name is Max.
I'm Doolin.
I'm Kenny.
And today we are going to tell you about our top 3, not collective, individual, our top 3 button shy games. So I think all of us have recently kind of gotten into button shy. It's not something that we were really familiar with or we had much of or much experience with until probably the past couple of months. And we've all now played half a dozen, if not more, of their offerings and have something to say about our favorites at the very least.
Yeah,
So,
I brought in Skulls of Sedlick, and that was enough for Kenny. And
Kenny bought them all.
He bought every single one of them. He could find.
You want me to go ahead and start?
Sure, go for it.
Perfect. My third favorite is a game that I've actually only played 2 or 3 times, I think. We just brought this to the table a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Did you play it solo yet, or
no,
have you only played it?
played it with
two
you.
players are the best.
Only
probably.
played it with you, and I think that there's a new expansion or something out right now.
Well, this is brand new.
Oh, this is brand new.
And we got sent this, actually,
Well,
which is thank you for
Thanks,
doing that.
Button Shy.
Yeah.
This is Converge, Catalysts of Change. This is, at least in my experience, a 2-player game. It does have a solo mode, and I don't know if it can play at any higher player count. But this is a game where you're going to be. It's like, I don't even know how to describe this game. Do you have like a good, what's the keyword to describe this game? Set collection?
Kind of. I describe this as the feeling of the last little bit of volleyball when you're tied.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You're rallying back and
you're
forth.
rallying back and forth because it's literally just a race to get 1 point.
Yeah.
Because if you have this little I forget what it's called, like a catalyst thing.
Yeah, whatever. This thing.
Yeah, whatever that is called. And if you have it on your side and you get more points than me that round, you win.
Yeah.
And it's that's it.
So it's like basically you're playing capture the flag to get the thing, and then if you score a point while you have the thing, you win the game. And every card kind of scores in a unique way.
Yeah.
So basically when you draw a card, you can decide to either discard it for its ability, play it in front of you, or play it in the middle as like a goal card. Is that
But
correct?
both people have
Yes.
that goal, yeah.
Both people share all the goals in the middle. So one of mine may be the lowest type of card of this type, the lowest number of card of this type, and I might have a 2, and then Doolin might be like, oh, thank you for playing that, and throws down a 1, and then he ends up winning that goal, and that could be like the entire game if you already have the ball in this instance is what we're going to call it. So it is one of those that you just kind of have to come to expect. There might be some dud games, but when you're looking at a game that is a low play time and just that quick and pacey and fun, it's not really like a huge detractor or a negative. It's just it happens, but I had way more good experiences with this than I did bad.
Yeah. I will talk about this one later.
Oh, fantastic. We'll talk more about it later. That's Converge, Catalyst of Change.
Now, since you compared it to volleyball, that's all I think it is now. So
Yeah, it's just volleyball.
It's just
It's
volleyball.
really all it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've really nailed it. You've spiked it at that point.
What a brave theme.
Yeah.
What a brave theme. Okay. My third favorite is really what started my love for Button Shy. Actually, no. It started my recent love for Button Shy, and it's really the reason I reached out to Button Shy to see if they had some games that they wanted to send us, which then in turn led me to bringing Skulls of Sedlick, which then in turn led to Kenny's love for Button Shy.
That was
So really,
basically like
this
catalyst.
game. Yeah, it was the catalyst. Yeah, and that is Revolver Noir, which is such a unique game, and
Kenny hates it.
Yeah, Kenny hates this, but it's funny. he owes a lot to this game.
That's true.
But what's really cool about all of Button Shy is that all of these games are only 18 cards, and they're all incredibly unique from each other. But this one especially is more unique than most games I've ever played, where it really does feel like this really neat game of cat and mouse that you can kind of get lost even in the theme of. It's filled with a lot of high moments, I think, or really 1 or 2 really high moments that in a 10-minute play are unrivaled for me, at least for 2-player games. And Revolver Noir, great. Kenny, you're wrong. I'm sorry.
Revolver Noir is awesome. I do think Kenny probably just needs to play it more, and that's not even a shot to Kenny. I think you've said as much yourself, is that you were kind of cheating without realizing, which basically destroyed the whole game because you're accidentally cheating, and it just kind of falls apart.
Yeah, it's kind of fragile. So I was just interpreting the cards incorrectly. So it's just I would be a couple steps ahead and realize, oh, I cheated. So
Yeah, and I think it's worth mentioning, at least before we even get too deep in this list, that it is a fantastic game, but you come on, man, they're wallet games. That's half the appeal of all of these. is how cheap and portable they all are. So you have to kind of have that expectation. But if you've never played a button shy game or a wallet game before, it also has the opportunity to shatter those expectations. In the sense that you're not going to get like the biggest game in the world from this. That's not what it's made for. But at the same time, you might get way more than you bargained for.
So my game is Rove. This is probably my favorite solo game that from Button Shy. And it's basically like a spatial, almost like tile movement game.
Spatial.
Oh, nice. Wow. Good job, me.
I like this game.
Basically, where you're trying to like maneuver the tiles in specific set of ways to kind of advance through like 6 stages, I think, or so. I think it's really like brain burning and thinky. I think the thing I really like about it is that the graphic design is really nice, the art's really nice, which is really remarkable for like, you know, like Max said, for like a game that is just like 18 cards. Like the theme comes through and you feel like you've had an experience while playing it. I think it's really smart design, so I really like this Rove.
I played it while I was visiting Jeff and Jamie one night. Everybody else went to bed early except for Jamie, who stays up until like 3 a.m. And she was like, hey, do you want to like learn this game real quick? She taught it to me and I played like 4 games in a row, and at the end of it I was like, this was really good. I don't know if I need to own it, but I wonder if the expansions, have you played any of the expansions, if it adds anything like a variability that would make me want to come back. But it's a very like well-made game.
All of these games like just pack such a punch for their size and price, and we're going to reiterate that many times throughout this conversation, I'm sure. But even the ones that we didn't pick are all still beautiful looking, and the theme comes through some way or another. So
these games actually, like we joked about the volleyball thing earlier, but these games actually have like really great themes, like like really unique ones. Like there's one about like fishing. There's one about
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's called Go Fishing, I think.
Really?
Yeah,
I think so.
There's one about
Is
like
it Go Fish?
I know that'd be
In 18
now
cards?
I'm interested.
There's one called Mint Julep that's about Kentucky Derby, horse racing. There's one about like literally giving each other flowers, Tussie Mussy. So like, you know, very like, I think like even though like they're constrained by 18 cards or whatever, they're able to kind of they've not been afraid to go in like weird different directions in most games. So.
I can't even find a wallet for $13. So
That's true.
I think this is
honestly,
we can just take those out and put your money in it.
yeah.
I might do that for cons.
Bam, wallet.
That's a good TikTok challenge, you know.
Buy a wallet for $13.
No, use a Button Shy wallet as your wallet for like a year.
I mean,
For a year?
it would work. I don't know if I'd want to, but what would you do with the cards?
You'd have to buy a separate wallet.
Just for the wallet game. And you buy a real wallet for the wallet game. That all makes sense now. For my number 2, I'm actually really, I'm quite struck as far as which one to pick.
Oh, you haven't decided?
No.
You're up to this point?
Yeah.
Wait, okay, you have a 2 and a 1.
Yes.
And you can't pick between it.
Correct.
I was like, why do you not have why do you not choose between
I have
3
a
and
top
4?
2, no doubt. Undoubtedly
Okay.
my top 2.
Cool.
I'm not sure which one is my favorite and which one is my second favorite. I'm going to make the decision, and I will explain my decision when I get to it. But when I get to number 1, I'll explain it.
Okay.
But my number 2 is Ancient Realms, and this is by Stephen R. Amini. And this is a solo-only game where you are building up a civilization.
It's very good.
So good.
My number 4.
Probably my favorite solo game of all time. But
Really?
okay, but hold on.
Oh, you
but
haven't
hold
played
on.
Limited.
But hold
You haven't
on.
played
Yeah.
Limited. You haven't played Limited. I got it.
Well, pump the brakes,
I
okay?
got it.
You got too much dip on your chip. It is super good though. I mean, I jumped into this. I got slaughtered the first game I played. Probably barely did any better the second time, and just incrementally improving over and over again. The first time I taught it to Doolin, he crushed any score I'd ever completed in the multitude of games I played before him. But basically, you're just building a civilization, and you have a set number of, I forget what they're called, monument cards, and a set number of architect cards, I believe, something like that. And basically, you can put those out for free, and you have to build the monument cards with resources, but you have to decide where to place them on top of other cards to activate their cards to get the resources back. And so it's a kind of an optimization puzzle where you're trying to decide what to cover up, what to leave available for points at the end of the game, and basically you can really you can ultimately end up not being able to do much at all if you're not actively taking advantage of the slots in front of you and covering them up. You can't just build out. You're going to end the game with nothing, and you're going to end it far too early. It's just a game I was really delighted with, really ultimately surprised with as someone who's not a big solo gamer. This kind of blew me away, honestly. And Again, I'll tell you why it's not my number one when we get there. But yeah, Ancient Realm, I love the art on it. I love the way it plays. I love how quick it is. It's fantastic.
My number 2 is a game already talked about on this list. Again, I should say it was sent to us. Thank you, Button Shy. But for me, Converge, specifically, we have only played the Catalyst of Change standalone.
Virgin. Nope, can't say that. I was trying to do a version converge little pun there, and
it's not even an expand-alone because I think it might be the first one.
I have no idea.
But there are 3. When I first was reading the rules, I was like, oh no, this is gonna be like the AEG game we both hate. Smash Up. Because it's like the pre-made sets, but it's not like that. No. You know, like not at all. So Converge, great, easily my number 2, and easily not my number 1 because my number 1 I love.
Is it not about volleyball?
It's not. It's not about volleyball.
It's like steampunky. Yeah.
Steampunk volleyball?
Yeah, like
kind of anime.
Maybe. Yeah.
Not really.
Anyway,
that's the solo side.
Well, don't ask questions if you don't want answers, Skinny.
Sometimes you gotta. So my second favorite game is Wonder Tales. This is by
so good.
John Keynes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Have you
So my number 1.
Have you played this one?
No.
Okay,
It's really good.
Yeah,
it was.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tile laying game where basically you're playing 3 rounds, and you're gonna make like these different grids. And like the final one, you're gonna actually make a pyramid, and you're placing down a card, and each of the cards has different scoring conditions. So like some will give you positive points if it's next, like if like the werewolf is next to, I don't know, Little Red Riding Hood, you'll get plus points. But if you're the red team, you put down Red Riding Hood, you're gonna get negative points. So both sides have the same cards. So it's really just laying down the cards in different ways, and some of the cards will move and manipulate the board space in a way so that like cards will move around or shift. And it's really like smart and clever design. And I really like the fact that like the grid is made by the players. Like it's like like if I put 2 on the top, the person I'm playing with could put 2 on the bottom, and like boom, the grid is set. And defined right away. So you really have to play within the constraints of the space. Plus, I mean, the art's really, really beautiful. Like, I think that's one.
Cool, yeah.
Theme's cool. Yeah, I was really surprised by this one. Max showed it to me, and I was like, I didn't expect much, but yeah, I was really, really pleasantly surprised by it.
Which is saying something, because I think I like doubled his score. So if he still enjoyed it after that, honestly, that's a testament in and of itself. For me, my number 1 is Dustin Dobson's Skulls of Sedlec. Now, I don't know if I'm saying that right, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. Skulls of Sedlec, I don't know. The reason that this is number 1 over Ancient Realm is strictly because of the ability to play it solo or multiplayer.
Skulls of Sedlec.
Yeah, there you go. I think we know how to say skulls, but yeah, this is just a fantastic game. I've played it with multiple different people, and it is just really great. Kenny and I sat down the other day and played like several of the expansions just to kind of see what all they had to offer. I think that some people include multiples. I think they tell you to just include 1, but you can kind of go wild with it if you want. But we had a great time just trying out all the new expansions and the really minor ways they affect the game, because you're really only adding in 6 cards. I think I could be wrong. Don't hold me to that. But it really does just make the game.
Skulls? Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. So there's like a merchants, and the merchants want to be next to royalty and away from peasants. I think I could be butchering that. Don't hate me. But it is just these minor little differences that change the game up. Skulls of Sedlec is just great. I was very, very pleasantly surprised with it. It's a game I've played with my wife. It's a game I've played with Doolin, Kenny, and I continue to just want to reintroduce it to other people. It's just super fast, super easy, and little minor differences that you can kind of cater the game to how you like based off which expansion you include. I find it just delightful, super fun, super easy. One of my favorites for sure.
Skulls of Sedlec is also my number 1. Yeah. So Max talked a lot about it. So
I'm sorry, I get talking sometimes, and just excited. Especially with the dog, I'm just like, what did I say? I don't even know.
Why is it your number 1?
I think it's like I was really
probably because I'm just kidding.
It was the first game that like a bunch of game that I think really had a spark to it, you know. But just like I instantly understood it and like why it was a good game, and just like it was just like fun right off the bat. not that like the other Button Shy games are, but like it just had like that magic to it that I really liked. So
I almost didn't bring it that one night. I was just like, oh, well, we have like 5 minutes. Here. We'll play it real fast.
yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. My number one is also a tile. I would call it not tiling. Like
You don't like Skulls of Sedlick?
I like Skulls of Sedlick.
Where was it?
Probably like 6.
That's 6 too low. What is wrong with you?
You haven't played this one though yet.
I don't care.
Oh, it's very good. It's very good. So, I'm gonna pick between them. I have Sprawlopolis here and Naturopolis. I think Naturopolis just appeals to me a bit more, but they're they're basically the same game. One is just like city themed, and the other is like farm themed.
Which one?
So,
which one's which?
Naturopolis is the nature.
The city. Oh.
They have Agropolis too, which is the actual farm.
See, yeah, that one I don't even know what it is. So like
this one, you know what? That's fair. It's more like just a park themed, I guess.
You like parks
because there's rivers, and then on top of that, there are roads in this, and you want to make sure to have as few of them as possible. And so in these games, you have a whole bunch of cards that have 4 spots on each of them that are all different. They represent rivers flowing through. They represent mountains. I think there is a valley. Like they're all different colors. And based off of the 18 cards, all of them have these in-game objectives on the back of them with a point total on each of them. And so there's 18 unique scoring objectives, and you flip over 3 randomly at the beginning of the game. And not only does that give you 3 that you're aiming for the rest of the game, but it also gives you the point total you have to score in order to win the game, which is really unique because sometimes it'll be real low and they're really big objectives that you got to go for, and you only have to get 12 points. Or it could be like something massive, like 50 something points, but every single card is going to be really, really important. Naturopolis, I still have yet to win. I've played it 7 times now, and it's just one of those that it's challenging, but it's really, really fun, and a game can take only like 5 minutes. And I love that every single time it's different, right? Like I've seen a couple of the scoring objectives over again, but never the same 3. Mm-hmm. And I think that is just, there's a reason why these are like, Sprawlopolis is basically like, I think their most sold game, and I think it's because it's just approachable like that. It has a lot of staying power, which is why it's my number 1.
Perfect.
It'd been like number 4 for me. I really like Agropolis, which is like the farmer themed one. I think I've played Sprawlopolis as well, but yeah, I think they're really smart, clever.
So you have the other one, and I think you also own Combopolis or whatever it is. It got sent. Okay, maybe it didn't get sent. I thought it got sent.
Yeah, it got sent.
Somebody has it.
One of you all have Combopolis. Mackie sent it.
It's probably wherever our other copy of not Skulls of Sedlick.
Hands off! Don't blame me.
I mean, I guess
Food Chain Island. Yeah,
that's the downside of these games. They get lost easy. So
yeah,
it's true.
Just
so
like normal wallets.
Yeah, Doolin.
I know what that's about.
He could speak to that fact.
We'll have to put an air tag in each one of these.
That's right. So. Then they'll cost like $40 a piece instead of the $12 that they're supposed to cost. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you got some recommendations. Let us know in the comments below what your favorite Button Shy game is, and if we haven't tried it, of course, it's gonna make us want to. So tell us about it.
Bye.